Hello there, and welcome to this episode of Christian Talks featuring My Inner Mind. I'm Didi, and I host a Christian blog on whatswhats.com.ng. Do check it out sometime. In this podcast, I share conversations I have with my inner mind about Christianity and experiences I have on walking with the Holy Spirit. Do join me for a wonderful ride. So today I'd like to share a personal experience I had this period, and being that this is Christmas, it's so accurate. And hold on, before we get into this gist, it's Christmas season, it's a season of love, so be sure to show some love this period. Don't forget the reason for the season. It was God trying to show us how much He loved us, so we should always try to reciprocate this love. So this is a perfect reason to do something nice for your neighbor, your friends, someone you don't even know. So don't forget that, and I hope this story of mine inspires you to do this season. So back to my story. Sometime late this year, I moved to a new city, and I knew I wasn't going to spend Christmas with the usual crowd. I knew I wasn't going to spend it with my family or friends or people I cared about so much. So it was kind of like a bother, but it wasn't a persistent bother. It was something that maybe once in a while I would think about it, then push it to the side. It will come back, I'll push it to the side. So one of those days, while I was pushing it to the side, the Holy Spirit told me, instead of pushing it to the side, how about you do something nice, something none of these people you miss so much expect. And I was like, wow, that's a nice idea. Really, Holy Spirit, that's a nice idea, but where am I going to get the funds to pull something like that? And He was like, don't bother about it somehow. So I didn't even give it much thought. I still pushed it to the corner again. But then another day, I was just thinking, I was like, God, you blessed me so much this year. Really, you blessed me so much this year. This year has been a year of me trusting God on so many levels. And then the Holy Spirit now told me, if this year had been a year of you trusting God on so many levels, so why can't you trust Him to provide the funds for this project? And I was like, I'm so trusting you. I'm so jumping on your trust train right now. I'm trusting you. I'm gonna do this. I'm so gonna do this. So I started off thinking, what is the perfect gift for each individual I was gonna do this sort of thing for? And who qualifies for this special stuff. So I was just thinking, listing friends, listing the usual crowd, my family, my friends, and somehow the Holy Spirit popped up different names or different groups or people that I was going to do this for, so different from the usual people I should be doing this stuff for. So I was asking, I was like, why am I doing this? And these people weren't even that tight, so why should I go all the way? And He was like, is that not the reason? Is that not the point in the first place? Were you that tight with God when He decided to show you so much love and show you so much favor? And I was like, God, if you could pull that off, I'm really sure I could pull this off. So I went on and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this for these people. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. So along the line, I had sent out boxes to different people, and I was getting nice feedbacks and everything. I was so happy, but then I was still concerned about myself because that's something I didn't say. While I was celebrating it to be such a good idea, I was sort of also thinking of myself. I was like, God, if you could be so thoughtful to put these people in my heart for me to do this nice stuff for, it therefore means that you're also going to be thoughtful to put me in certain people's hearts to do nice stuff for me, right? So I was expecting a lot of things this Christmas. I was expecting gifts from friends, family, and random people because, yeah. But Christmas was close enough and I wasn't getting anything. So I started thinking, I was like, God, what's happening? What's my Christmas gonna look like? I'm not even used to not getting presents on Christmas because Christmas is my birthday, and over the years Christmas has always been a time of celebration. Aside celebrating Jesus, it's always a time of celebration of myself, and I feel maybe people that have touched through the year, they try to appreciate me that period. So I was like, God, what's gonna happen this year? Really, what's gonna happen this year? And a few days ago, someone called me. Someone had done something for this period, called me, one of those random individuals, and the person was so thankful. And after the call, I felt good actually, and it made me to think about my life. I was retrospecting kind of, and I was like, a few years back, I don't think I would ever be this kind of person. A few years back, I think I was still a selfish individual. Like I said, on my birthdays, I expected gifts from people, my brothers, my friends, my parents were gonna give me gifts. I so knew that and I expected it. But on these people's birthdays, I never really did anything much. I'll probably be expecting something from you on your birthday still. So I didn't classify myself as a caring person, and it affected the way I actually saw myself up until recently. I still kind of like saw myself in a bad light. I didn't really think anything much about myself. I was just there. So I was just thinking and appreciating that growth. I was thanking God that I'm no longer that selfish person that I was a few years ago. And I was thanking God not just about this period of me gifting people this stuff. I was thanking God throughout the year of 2020. At different points, I see how different I was or how different I am from who I used to be. So I was really thankful for that. And then that was when the realization hits me. That right there was my Christmas gift, my Christmas miracle. Yeah. God saw that I had a bad image about myself, so He made me do all this stuff in order for me to see myself in a good light. And that right there was the biggest thing for me. So that alone was able to make me so pumped up about the season. I feel so good about this growth. I feel so good about this change. And trust me, the Holy Spirit can do work that you never imagined on you. Like, I never really put this part of myself in prayer. Seriously, I never really said, God, I'm so selfish and please help me to stop being selfish and everything. I just actually focused on working with God, obeying God, and letting Him lead me through life and everything. And He actually saw this aspect of me and did tremendous work, not just about this season. Like I said earlier, throughout the year, I could see how different I am now, and I celebrate that. I really, 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 really do celebrate that. So, what's the lesson to get from this story of mine? It's a season of love, like I said earlier on. So go out there and show some love to people, because in the end, you might be showing yourself love in the real sense, like I did. I was showing love to people, thinking I was showing love to people, but in the end, it made me to love myself better. And that self-love is the plug. That self-love is what pushes you into the new year, all pumped up like I am right now. So, yeah, that's my Christmas miracle. I'm so glad I'm sharing this with you right now, and I hope this inspires you to do something nice, not just for this Christmas season, but always do random acts of kindness. It's so good. Yeah. So I do hope that this experience of mine inspires you this season and in other aspects of your life. So I wish you a Merry Christmas, and you'll definitely be hearing from me soon.